get started. Admittedly, I've kind of like not done stuff. But okay, I'll close this. Let's see, what do I need to do? Let's go to this. So we were kind of in the third phase, yeah, of this investigation. Basically, we explore a town, we find a dead body, and now we found a woman who wants to help investigate, or like do some investigation. So I think now we just kinda start on it. Okay, so do you want any help? It would be nice to have someone here, and then what we should do is we should start with these things. Oh. Right, I forgot. She leaves if we do that, so let's get that. Okay. So I'm going to try to figure out what would she imagine as our things. Okay, Auntie. Hints here. So where should we look? So she thinks... Let's see. I've heard this album too many times. Is it not shuffled? What is happening? It wasn't shuffled. That makes sense. Okay, this is Oxidized Archive by Metaroom. But okay. She thinks for a moment. What do we know? Where was she? Where did you see, or where did you find her? Actually, let's do, I'm trying to think, how do I do this in the way that I want to do it? I found her. Let's just do like a loop 27. Nice. So I found her body up in the highlands. So up in the hills between the two rivers. Why would she be up there? I don't think there's really anything, it's too dry for anything to be there. The only thing up there is the ruins and maybe rocks. This is already a different avenue than I was thinking. Maybe she just wanted to take a walk? I suppose, but it still seems strange. Plenty of places along the river. And then you don't have to deal with the sun and all the dryness. Less hot. Or I guess up in the highlands are so dry and hot this time of year. It's strange. There are plenty of places in the valley. And it would take hours of hiking to get up the ledge. So we'll do journal note. In another life, island. So this is basically... Auntie found it strange. So maybe she was moved up there? So Auntie found it strange that she was up in the... Actually, let's write these out before I start making journal notes. See, I found her body up in the hills between the two rivers. Or maybe her body was moved from when she was killed. Oh, and we can have like a... this. So what else would we know? Actually, I'm going to do not state get stat IL body location. Was she up there on her own, or was she moved there? Okay. In fact, we can actually now have Lagoon of... no, Highlands. Oh yeah, also apologies for being an hour and a half late. I just wasn't feeling very energized. Well, I haven't been very energized lately. Erratic sleep schedule, and also poor hydration, I think, is another big thing. Not enough water. But okay. Maybe she just wanted to take a walk. Maybe her body was moved from where she was killed. Are there... What if maybe she wanted to see the ruins? Or are those ruins important in any way? What should we say? Should we examine the ruins? Or maybe there's a clue. Who's there? Perhaps. I'm not too sure, though. Or maybe if we can't find anything else. But I don't think it should be our first choice. If she was killed, it's probably by someone in town. So yes, they wouldn't expect people to go up there. Okay. So I think now... Oh, wrong button. Oh yeah, it takes 10,000 years for it to, like... I don't know what it's doing. Oh, actually, I do know what it's doing. It's that my C drive is asleep. Also, I kind of want to put my computer on stilts because it's, like, so hot that I think it's just not getting proper ventilation. Hang on, I'm actually going to do that. I just had some little, like, blocks. They were like little foam blocks. So I'm just gonna hope the computer doesn't get, like, molten magma hot. Do we have my GPU? Oh, okay. I mean, 70C is still pretty hot for, like, a 2D image, but... Oh, well. What was I even gonna do? Oh, yeah, I was gonna go back to this area. So we need to have this here. In fact, what I can do... Lagoon Outlook. Let's rename this to Highlands. And yeah. Highlands. Not quite. And I'm just going to duplicate this with a different thing, which is going to be get stat body recovered. And then we just have the tree here. So basically we're going to try to figure out, like, where she was killed, when she was killed. Yeah, actually, let's make sure we have the actual questions that we can ask. Killed. Why? Well, I guess that's obviously a thing that we would want. Where she was killed. How she was killed. And I mean, that's the obvious question that's actually important. What am I looking for? Okay, so when we're up here... What does this tree look like? I prefer how it looks there. And we'll just have some, like, grass-like objects here. Okay, I'm thinking, what if there's just, like, blood? Hang on. Oh. Hard to be precise with this thing. Okay. 2 pixels. What would the police do? I think there's probably going to be a peacekeeper up here. Well, would there be? Trying to figure out, because I know that they're, like, sort of content to let people in this town sort things out themselves, but, like, what does that mean? Or what would sorting that out for themselves mean, really? I don't really need to do this, but I'm doing it anyway. Okay, well, I'll assume that they will have, let's see, scenes. This is going to be hills. No, this is going to be quest in another life. Body, sight. Okay. Oh, wait. Body, sight. Quest. In another life, yeah. Okay, scene change. Alright. I kind of want to have a side project that's not technical, now that I'm thinking about it. I'm always thinking about what I'm going to be doing when I'm not doing this. But okay, the main thing that we'll need is that, and also I'm going to have an NPC up here. NPC, I guess just base NPC. This will be a guy investigating things out here. Who would this be, actually? Maybe this is a guy who's gonna be important. IAL investigator. And this will be a conditional. So not journal, state, or task. No, task is active. Another life. Basically, if she's dead and we're looking for her, this guy will be here. Okay, and this, does this have, it doesn't have. We need to put this in the Highlands. Wait, what? Oh, I see. Because I have NPC as my search. Okay. So we go back to the Highlands from there. And then from the Highlands, we go to quest in another life, body site. And then we can have a talker 2D. I'm still thinking... I'm realizing I still don't actually know who killed this woman. Which is kind of an important thing to know for a good mystery, is like what actually happened, so that way you can like misdirect people. Because I think what's happening now is I'm investigating it, and so I'll come to a conclusion. And well, is that a bad thing though? I guess it is probably, but oh well. Okay, dried blood. So, body... Oh, wait, actually, we can just do another life. But we can have, like, a... murder site. Dried blood. Okay. Why is there always... There's always so much stuff open. I swear... Godot, just like when I search things, it automatically... It doesn't like automatically close folders that it expands for searching. But okay. This is what I need. Quest major in another life. Another life. And then we can have... This goes to... murder site. IAL site. Okay. Where should we look next? What do we know? I found a body in the hills between the two rivers. Why would she be up there? The only thing up there is the ruins. Maybe she just wanted to take a walk? Maybe her body was moved from where she was killed? Wouldn't expect people to go up there for a while. Is the game okay? Why am I not able to advance the dialogue now? How would we be able to tell? So if she died somewhere else... blood, I imagine. If she were dead before she came there, she probably stopped bleeding as much, I guess. Or if there's no blood, maybe she died somewhere else. Or if there's a trail of blood. If there's no blood at all, maybe she died somewhere else. So we need to determine... Actually, I think another question would be, how does determining where exactly she died help us? Yeah, I guess we should ask. Does it matter where she died if we assume, like... Will we be able to learn something from this? I'm not sure. It's better to know than to not know. I'm not a detective. Neither am I. Yeah, let's say, are the ruins significant? Should we find them? I don't think it should be our first option. Whoever killed her probably lives in town. Well... They've been there for thousands of years. I don't know if... Let's say they might run deep. We should probably investigate other things before we go to the ruins. Because I'm also not sure if the ruins are relevant. But I do want ruins near the area just because for some other story things I need ruins near this city. Yeah, are the ruins significant? Should we find them? They're very deep. And not too... and they might be dangerous. I think we should look here. And this is also... Loop 30. We're gonna need another loop, I think. Oh wait, we should just have this be like ask once. Because otherwise, the player might be permanently locked out of this. And then... many things to... many things to wonder about. And then we just go back up to loop 27. Does it? Will it help us figure out who did it? Better to know than not, but I'm not sure. So when did she die? How did she die? When? Where? Then we narrowed down subjects or suspects. Hopefully those all tell us what we need. So where should we look? What happens if we find the murderer? I don't think if the police aren't going to help. Is there anything we can do? So if we ask the peacekeepers, they might arrest him. So yeah, if we make a case of the peacekeepers, they might arrest him. Otherwise, they wouldn't know. Or, like, otherwise, they don't want to put in the work to find him. I just don't think... Let's say finding him. I don't think they'll bother finding him, but if we find him... they have easy work. Wait. What is her plan, actually? Yeah, let's just say that. So yeah, where should we look? Eventually I'll update these numbers. Well, doesn't matter that much, but maybe we should. And we look for people who wanted to hurt her. What do we know right now? So yeah, found her body up in the hills between the two rivers. Okay, let's do that. So yeah, I found her body up in the hills between the two rivers. Maybe it's possible she took a walk, but probably not, because she's probably looking, maybe she was looking for something. Or actually, maybe, was she running from someone? It would be a bad place to run. up the hill. Plain view. You can see for miles. Let's have these all be ask once. And we'll put this here. Note, actually, let's put this up here as like this. Highland Ruins / exist. And this will be in the map. So yeah, we have the Highlands, then I'll put the Highland Ruins. In another life, Highland Ruins. The ruins could be significant, but it might be a massive waste of time. And should probably be searched last. There we are. Let's say that. Did the killer move her body? I'm not sure what we would learn. Okay. So this means our first question should be, I guess, examining the whatever, the what have you. The dead bodies site. So we go back, here. We can examine this dried blood. And so if we have... Let's see. We actually need this body site. I think what I want is Highlands. And then like body or IAL body. And then what we can do is if we have state get stat. Oh wait, no. Main speaker. Nav at IAL body location. Or no, IAL body. and state get stat this, and not state get stat al body here, or like died here. Body location. Basically what this is, oh look, the body. Or I guess she points to the body, or blood. Actually, that means that we don't even need, well, I guess we do kind of need that. She points to the blood. That's where she was, isn't it? What if there was a tree? What if there was blood on the tree? What if actually there's just more blood all around this? Yeah, I'm not sure. I think she like was shot and then crawled up to the tree and then died there. It goes up to the tree. I think she must have died here. And then climbed to, and then crawled to the tree. Actually, it'd make more sense if there's a handprint. Something like this, basically. Handprint. So look at the handprint. So why would she do that? Let's do like a... Oh, this is now loop 30 again. Oh wait, no, it's not loop 30. Oh wait, yes it is. So that means now we need to update these. Okay. This is loop 44 now. New loop 30. Oh wait, no, we don't really need this. So why would she do that? So I don't know, maybe just to... So that means she was killed here. Okay. Journal note. IAL died here. And we will do a, like, journal abolish notes. IAL location. Body location. Yeah. Rename. Most likely died where I found her. Okay, another life. So I think the main thing is that the guy here is going to be kind of important. I need to figure out who he is. Third phase investigation. So we have the investigator. For the village. Husband? Actually... I think the husband should still not be around. I'll leave that as it is. I think he doesn't talk to us much. But okay. Let's see if we can get all this stuff. So if we go to the map, does this have... Okay, good. Why was Fahrenheit's body up in the Highlands? What was she doing up here? Or did they move her body? Oh yeah, I forgot. I can't actually, like, exit the map right now. Let's have a thing on the map. No, main 2D. Or maybe... Yeah. Do we have input here? We don't. Let's have function input. If input dot if event is action pressed UI cancel if sleep popup dot visible. Hang on. Let me get this thing. I guess cancel.emit and then hide. Oh yeah, look at this. Oh wait, this already has that, so we don't need this. I'm gonna do UI wardrobe dot visible. Actually, does the wardrobe also handle this itself? No, the wardrobe already has a button. I think it's literally just the map. And okay, that does this properly. Yeah, because everything else, it does the things that it's supposed to do. And now what we should be able to do, once I start it again, is now we can get the map up and then press X. Yeah. She points to the blood. That's where she was lying, isn't it? Look at the handprint. She must have crawled to the tree. Why would she do that? I don't know. Maybe she was trying to stand? Poor girl. So she was killed here, most likely. Yes, I think so. Wait, hang on. What is the note that we have here, anyway? Should we look? Oh, there's literally nothing, because this is the active thing. Let's have this as like, well, I'm still not really sure how I want to handle the dialogue here. So I found her body up in the hills between the two rivers. Alright, let's say ask once and not stat. Get stats. What is it? IAL body location. Okay. Okay, and here we should do an exit. But okay. What are the notes that we have, actually? Actually, I have a much better idea. This is where we should use a note. Because we can mention... Oh wait, no. We don't even need this. We can literally just have this. Because then we can have, like, note this. Or, note, another life. Another life intro, I guess, would be what it is. And so this is where we have this. Let's also mention... No, we don't need to mention anything. I'm going to do this. Note another life intro where not state get stats in another life body location and journal is active. Or task is active. Another life. And actually wait. I'm just gonna have note in another life where not state or where task is complete in another life. Because basically let's have not task exists here. Or like not journal task exists. IAL inactive. Okay, nothing happened. Actually, we can do... I need to do this in kind of an awkward way. Because I need to get the quotes from inside of this. Or I need to get the square brackets. But okay, now it'll look like we're just using an irrelevant thing. But okay. Well... no, I think this is better. Where a journal task is complete. So IAL active. Let's say IAL completed. So yeah, task is active and not state location. Okay, I found her body up in the hills. Okay. In fact, let's just have back here. Okay. Because now, the way that this dialogue should be structured is she should just prompt you to ask about things. So, like, where should we look? So if we use a note, what do we actually have here? IAL active? Wait, where did we go? Note in another life where not state blah. Note another life where task is complete. Note another life that. Note this. Note that. Let's just have note another life like a fallback. Where task, note journal, task is active, another life, IAL active, okay, because I think okay, now where are we going though? Oh, okay, good. I think it's just because I hadn't, like, re-imported the dialogue. So now we have only stuff here. Also, is this not black? Oh, it's not black. Okay, well, I guess that's fine for now. I'll accept it. Okay, but now what we should do is I want to get, to use a note. So, Fahrenheit most likely died where I found her. There's a bloody handprint on the base of the tree behind her where she was trying to crawl. Let's do that. IL/died here. What do you think the significance of the tree is? Or let's say I'm still wondering about the significance of that tree. I don't think it means anything. I do think I'd like some special indications for when I'm in a loop, just because the player might get into the habit of assuming that things are looping when they aren't. I'll just put that in here as like a thing that I would like to do. Because I have loop, don't I? I thought I did. Oh well. Dialogue. Loop. So like syntax and semantics, or let's say like construct breaking and other structural, or let's say a break, continue, and other. Well, no, there are no other structural things. Subtle UI indication. Because yeah, I think you could get like really, really sophisticated. And it would be fun to do that. But okay, yeah, I'm still wondering about the significance of the tree that she climbed onto. I don't think it means anything. I think she was trying to stand and... yeah. So we know she was killed. It was the last thing she did. In life. But I feel like it has to mean something. It surely means something. Death isn't poetic. Okay. So no, Fahrenheit was killed up in the Highlands. What does that tell us? Or does that help us at all? I think it does. I think that means that if we know when she was shot, if we know when the gunfire happened, we can figure out, who could have seen the path down the Highlands. Because if we go back out, I think the path will be along this. There's basically this path on, like, into here, and this path down into here. Also, I should probably make the system for NPCs, like, leaving, but I'm going to save that for after we do this stuff. So yeah, doesn't help us. She thinks. Yes. Yes, I think it does. Besides that, do we actually... What do we have to gain, though? What else does this information give us? We know where she died. If we can figure out, or we know she died, everybody can see it. Or the ways down are out in the open. If they came down after, there would be witnesses. And then we note, or journal note, IAL path witnesses. There were perhaps witnesses. Or let's say, if the killer into town from the Highlands, there's bound to be witnesses. Or they were almost certainly spotted. Let's say most likely. We could find who that is. So there are two paths into town. islands. They're both in the open. If they came, there might be someone could have seen them coming down. Okay. We also have Guy seems very concerned I stopped asking questions about Fahrenheit's murder. Okay, let's note that then. So this is what? IAL Guy Sus. So this is IAL Guy. About me asking questions. Or seems dodgy. Oh wait, yeah, we have to do a, like, you. So dodgy about the murder. And she doesn't quite know what that means, dodgy, it's like... I think he might know something. I think he knows more than he's letting on. I don't think he wants me... That motherfucker killed her. Then and there. Done and dusted. Fahrenheit's husband is an important farmer in town. Hi, welcome to the stream. I'm writing up a murder mystery. Let's see, where do we have my things? Oh yeah, done and dusted. Where did I learn that phrase? Yeah, basically, we're trying to pin a murder on a guy. Well, we don't actually have to pin it on him. We're just suspicious of him because he's dodgy. Yeah, so we can say he seems dodgy about the murder. Let's make sure that this works. I mean, surely it does. But okay, let's go back into town. And yeah, right now I'm doing what's called a playable storyboard, which is basically like a bad point-and-click adventure, or a very ugly point-and-click adventure. But okay, where should we look? Actually, let's just do... Guy. Wait, why is this not updated? I see. I think I need to... Is it gonna update? Okay. Let's use note now. I thought... Huh? Did it not properly... hang on. I don't think it's properly re-imported her dialogue yet. Because she should have new things to say. That's not right. Journal task is active, another life. If we do journal. Journal entries? Oh, right, but this is an array. Journal entries by tag. This will be a lot of them. But okay, there should be IAL/guy_sus. No, there's only guy_sus/husband. I think it's because... let's remove state remove stat. Guy IAL guy_sus true. Okay. Cleared that out of there. So now we should be able to talk to the guy again. Oh. Did we not get... Oh, right. I need to tell her to go away. Okay. I want to talk to you about the murder. Saw the body. Face, but that. Fahrenheit. So who is the husband? He's the biggest farmer in town, important man. Why would somebody want to hurt Fahrenheit? Or would somebody want to hurt Fahrenheit to get to him? Some sort of threat? I don't want to talk about this. Why not? He looks around. Does he know his wife has been killed? I don't know what he'll do to the person responsible, but I can't imagine it will be good. I think you should leave this whole thing alone. We can figure it out on our own. Who is we? The tribe, the peacekeepers, the town. We have ways to deal with things like this. Actually, that's not really... That dialogue doesn't really connect together. I think... I don't... want... How angry would he be if people are talking about this behind his back? Let's say this. I think you should leave this whole thing alone. I see. Okay, so now we can go back to the aunt. And we have, now, why is this still not working? Okay, hang on. Where the hell is that note? So we have in another life. Guy, sus, and then husband. So let's do state get stats. IL/guy_sus. There should be something. Did it not work? Oh wait, no, it's that this whole thing is kind of broken. Hang on. Oh wait, no, it's not. Okay. But this did not work. I'm just going to do this. Well, no. This is still what it should be. So journal note should be working the way that I want it to be. Function note. Yeah, if we have this stat. No, it should be get stat. Return false. Otherwise, we add the stat, we append the stat, we add the notes. Okay, so I need to do this again. State, erase, stat, IAL, guy, sus. True. And then state data. And then we should have in another life. Okay, and then it's not in here. Good. Okay, now talk to him again. Okay. The woman was named Fahrenheit. Who is the husband? Would somebody want to hurt him by killing his wife or whatever? Okay, why not? Okay. And then if we do state data again. Oh, whoops. Who is we? Okay, now we can do state data. That's not a function. Okay, so in another life, guy underscore sus. Okay, now we have it. It took a while. Erase wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. But now if we come to her and we do this, so now we have a duplicate because this one didn't have the correct information and this one now has it. So sus seems dodgy about the murder. Dodgy? I don't think he or I think he knows more than he's letting on, or I don't think he wants me asking questions about the murder. So there's a few different reasons. Maybe because you're outsider. Maybe, but will they... It's private things. Family, you're still Valor. You may not understand things out here. And then let's have like notes, guy, where. Oh, wait, we can have this as well. Actually, I just realized. Oh wait, no. Where IL. There we are. So now we can use any stat about guy. Well, nah. So what sorts of things? I don't know. And let's just say... Could he have been involved somehow? But he's family. He wouldn't hurt her. Does it really matter if he's family? Well, do you really think that? Of course, it's everything. We've lived together for our whole lives. Or we've spent all our lives together. Let's have, like, what sort of things? And I'm divided on which one of these should come first, because I think this will probably wind up being the longer conversation, and I tend to put things in longest to shortest. Just so the player has, like, an intuition of how long each response is going to be. But okay. Even if you're family or Veiler, you may not understand things out here. So what sort of things would I not understand? It's always a surprise. We just live different lives. Neighbors across the valley have disagreements, so I can't imagine how different it'd be, I don't know, for like the West. Can't imagine what you think of us. You might be right, but I still want to help. Regardless, let's say this. Regardless, I can't help if people aren't going to tell me things. Okay, of course, we can talk to him together. Let's say that. And let's just say, if you're concerned, Okay, let's do this. Note IL guy with auntie. No, a guy and auntie? I would like to join me to talk with rename guy. Got lots of temporary names here. Another life. Auntie, IL guy. Basin Town? No, Lagoon. He's just in Lagoon Town proper. Okay. Do you want any help? Yes. Okay. Now we come over to here. And so we still need to have unique conversation when Auntie is here. Okay, but now we can also do this. Seems dodgy about the murder. I think he knows more than he's letting on. Oh. Oh yeah, I haven't, like, actually updated anything. What is this? Why is it, like, all weird? Sometimes it just, like, starts the game in a paused state. Or I guess just really slow or something. Okay. So we're gonna badmouth him right next to him. So, guy seems dodgy. I don't think he wants me asking questions about the murder. Maybe it's maybe because you're an outsider. Is that such a problem? Let's say that. It's private things. Even if you're family, you're a Veiler. You may not understand things out here. What sort of things would I not understand? So we just live differently. Every city in Yakaz is different. Neighbors across the valley have disagreements on how to live. What's right. You, a Westerner? I can't imagine what you think of us. Regardless, I can't help if people won't talk to me. Of course. We can talk to him together. This is... journal. Okay, now we can do this again. So you may be right, but I still want to help. We can talk to him together. And I want to try that again, because I want to talk... Now I want to really badmouth him. You know what? I think he's the murderer. Lock him up, boys. Put him away. So what sort of things? I don't know. Could he have been involved somehow? He's family. He wouldn't murder. Let's just say... No. No. That's not... Oh, he's family. He would never hurt her. Do you really think that? Of course, it's everything. We spent all our lives together. I also need to think, what is her proficiency with English? I've been writing her a bit verbose. Jackie's the one who has a lot of, like, flourish, where, you know, she's speaking English as a second language, so I should make sure to write her properly, even if she is fluent. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was gonna put a filter on my microphone. Let's add gain. I'm gonna say... Hang on, let's mute this, so I don't, like, blow out your eardrums. Okay, so now I should be like 5 decibels higher. I think I can actually go even further. I'm gonna go to like 8 decibels. Okay. 8 with a, like, -2 decibel limiter. So that way I should be, like, a good deal louder than I used to be. But yeah, it's sort of embarrassing that I've been streaming for so long, and I only figured out you can put gain on the microphone, like, last week when I was trying to set up, like, a multi thing, because my other microphone needed, like, 20 decibels, or, like, actually it was, like, 40 decibel gain. It was, like, a terrible gamer microphone. But anyway. Guy is a dodgy guy. He's the murderer. Kill him. Kill him now. No, I don't think he's the murderer. He's worse, but we'll figure him out later. We saw her grow from a baby to the woman she is. She was. The woman she was. We can talk to him together. You'll know. You'll know he couldn't hurt her. Okay. So we got that. That's a good thing. I think what we need now is I want the husband. Is active. Another life. IL husband. And actually, I'm going to call this sus. And then I'm going to have another note. Guy. So, like, tell me about rename Guy. We're cousins. Or let's say if we already know about our mother, which we like 100% should at this point. Lagoon, no, not Lagoon 10 family. Auntie? This one. Yes, mum/auntie. Okay, here. Tell me about this guy. So state get stat. No, mum, auntie. He, your mother, and I are cousins. Otherwise, he is my cousin. I think that would make sense. No or no conjunctions for her. She doesn't know how to, like... That'd be a good one. So, like, basically, like... Oh, wait, whoops. I'll figure it out soon. I'll just have to, like, polish up her voice. So he is my cousin. And then to do more about him... I think she's kind of evasive because they didn't actually, like, get along very well and don't get along very well. Don't actually... Well, actually... No, I think he... Yeah, okay. Yeah, we need to know the husband. I know... Yeah, so... So Fahrenheit's husband. Who is he? Or... is he a suspect at all? Yeah. Could he have done it? Or, how long has he... How long have they been married? Hmm. Oh, actually, I just realized. I want also special UI markings for... So... behavior, if it's on a reply. Or maybe, actually, we'd have, like, a... breaker to indicate response or reply that breaks the loop. Hmm. Let's see. Headphones are not working. Okay, let's say thanks, but no thanks. Take care. Here. Okay, let's see. So how long have they been married? Let's have, like, not mentioned answer. Or, like, ILH answer. Suppose I'm just wondering. Thinking out loud. Otherwise, that was all for now. You mean kill her? No. No. Well... That's not a voice of confidence. Let's say I don't know him that well. Or I don't know him very well. Maybe, you know, in public he's always nice, but he's nice enough. But he is a business-focused man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to explain. I don't think he did it. Yeah, let's say that. I do not expect him. He had no reason. Yeah. How long have they been married? They're married for almost 25 years, I think. Wow. Quite a long time. Oh, wait, no. Not 25 years, 20 years. She's like in her 30s, so it'd be insane if she got married at like 10. You know, because it's a rural area, not that rural. She got married at like 15 or 16, I'd say. At 15, I think. Let's do italicized. I don't like exclamation points when I don't need them. Because, admittedly, this, or like, yeah, exclamation point question mark always feels ugly to me. To do more about marriage here. I think I'm running out of steam. Started late, leave early, I always say. I think what I should probably do is, because it's getting closer to winter, I should start streaming earlier so it's not sundown. Because I'd like to go out for a walk before the sun goes down completely. But okay, I think there's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of different avenues we can go. And so I think this is an important note. Journal note, IL, husband, sus. Did Fahrenheit's husband kill her? Monty can't even say for sure. Oh yeah, and this should be also a rename. Someday I'll think of proper names for them. That should probably be like my next trick, but I'll think about it soon. Okay, lots of conversation, lots of leads here. But I want to go out on a walk. So let's say starting on phase 3. Because yeah, the main thing that will actually advance us to the next phase is getting a disguise and going into the forest. So that should be like my next thing here. So third phase. Yeah, the fields. This is the grand finale of this phase. And then we get into like we actually understand the full scope of like potential conflict of like drugs, basically. That was the motivation. That was the motive, most likely the method. She was involved in some sort of drug production crop type, like poppy flower opium situation. But okay. I got some energy at the end there, but yeah. Short stream today. I will be back tomorrow, hopefully, for a full 4-hour stream. That'd be cool. But we'll see how I feel. Take care and see you then.